Yeah, hi friends, good morning and welcome to this webinar on cloud computing. I hope I am audible there. Can you please confirm in chat box? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear.
Yeah, thanks a lot, friends. Thank you. Okay, so as you know, this is a cloud computing webinar. So let us try to keep things as simple as possible because this is the first session, right? Okay. So let me just introduce myself first before we go and see what exactly is cloud computing and what are the things that we need to learn in cloud computing. Uh, please mute yourself, Rajesh. Okay, so my name is Shakeel and I have 14 plus years of experience. Okay, and I started my career as a Windows administrator actually. Okay, with this Windows administration, I did my networking part also. Windows admin and network admin. So Windows admin is something that is, related with Microsoft Windows Server operating systems, and network administration is something that is related with your networks, like your routers and switches and all the other things. Okay. So way back in 2007, actually, I started my career with this administration, Windows and network administration. Okay. Let me just write it as Windows Server and network administration. See, whenever we talk about servers, actually, we talk about two servers. One is your Windows server, another one is actually your Linux server. Okay, so I have experience on Linux server also, especially Red Hat Linux. Okay, so I have covered all the server administration part, Windows as well as the Linux administration. Then, I did my security part. Security means, there is a device called firewall. Firewall protects your network actually. So we should know what is a firewall. Okay, how we can provide security by using firewall and all those things. Okay, so I did my security part also. Then virtualization is a technology which is, very famous actually. Because of virtualization only actually cloud computing is here. Okay, so I have done my virtualization part also. I have experience on virtualization part also. I have even trained people on virtualization also. There is something called VMware course. Okay, so I have trained many people on VMware. Okay, so these are the things I did in my career. I started as a Windows server administrator and a network administrator. Okay, and I moved into the Linux administration part as well as security and virtualization. And for last 5-6 years, actually, I'm into cloud computing. Okay, so this is me, this is my experience. Okay, and 14 plus years of experience on different actually, whatever I have written here, like Windows Server, network, Linux, security, virtualization, all these things are part of cloud computing action. In a way, I feel lucky in many ways that, before I started learning cloud computing some 6 years before, 5 years before, or 7 years before actually, or before, the concept of cloud computing become famous or more in demand in a way. I have already covered the basics here. I have already covered the complete administrations here. Windows, network, Linux, security, virtualization. See, there will be like 4 classes in cloud computing where we are learning about security. There will be like, 5 to 6 classes in cloud computing where we are learning about network administration. Okay. Every day, every second day, we will be using some servers. It can be Windows servers or it can be Linux servers. So whenever we go and learn anything in cloud computing, actually everything is related with this above technologies. So I did everything. I have, complete administration knowledge. But, as a fresher, do you need to learn each and everything? No, see, I started my career in 2007, so I did complete Windows administration, complete network administration or Linux administration. That was a different time and different era. So I did everything completely. But as a cloud administrator, do you need to learn each and everything from basic up to like the advanced level? No, my friend. Cloud computing, like I said, we are covering Windows and Linux and network security, virtualization. We are covering each and everything in cloud computing. But there is no need for you to learn each and everything as a complete administration course. So if you want to learn everything as a complete administration course, it may take 1 year for you just to complete Windows, network, Linux, security, and virtualization. Or it may take more than 1 year actually. So what I'm trying to say here is in cloud computing, we have the concepts that are related to Windows and network and all the other concepts. But there is no need for you to learn each and everything. Okay. What I will do here is whenever I start a concept in cloud, let us say I'm starting a concept like, let's say EC2. It's a very important service. One of the most important service we have in cloud is EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. So whenever I start EC2, I will start from very basics, very scratch level. Like what is EC2? What is a server? What are the types of servers we have? What is a physical server? What is a virtual server? Now, what is Windows server? What is Linux server? I'll start from very basics. So whenever I'm starting any XYZ service, I will be starting the service from a very basic level, from very scratch level. So if you are a fresher here who is having zero knowledge of IT, who is having zero knowledge of computer networks, there is absolutely no need for you to worry. Because whenever we start any topic in cloud computing, we'll be starting the topic from very basic and very scratch level. From from ABCD, we will start that particular topic. Okay, it will be easy for you to understand that particular topic, and it will be easy for you to do all the things that are related with that particular topic. So again, cloud computing is something that is related with your previous technologies. It's not like a completely new technology. Cloud computing is something that is completely related with your previous technology. Okay, so from these previous technologies, if you have any knowledge of Linux servers, that is well and good. If you have any knowledge of Windows servers, that is well and good, but it's not mandatory. As a fresher who just finished the college, for example, who has zero knowledge of computer networks, still that person can easily learn and easily understand the concept of cloud computing. Okay, so I'll take care of everything. I'll just take care of the concepts. I'll start every concept, like I said, you from the very basic level, from ABCD, from the scratch level. I'll be starting the concepts, and I'll take you to up to the advanced level. Done. So this is me, friends. This is my experience. So hopefully it will be helpful for you in understanding the concepts of cloud computing. Okay, let us set the agenda for today. What exactly we are going to understand and what exactly we are going to learn today. First of all, what is cloud computing? This is a major question that we need to address. What is cloud computing? Okay, then who can learn cloud computing? Who can learn cloud computing means what are the pre-requirements? Whenever you learn anything, any course, there are certain pre-requirements, right? If you want to go and take admission in an engineering college, there are some pre-requirements. You should have this much in your 10 plus 2. You should have this group in 10 plus 2. Okay, so there are some pre-requirements everywhere, right? So who can learn this cloud computing? So let us try to address these two questions here. Okay, now before I start, what is cloud computing or who can learn cloud computing? Let me make some things very clear here. See, this is a live session and this session is recorded. The recording is already started actually. Okay, so what is the advantage you can take of a live session? The advantage you can take of a live session is you have the opportunity to interact with the trainer. Okay, so if you want to talk to me directly at the end of the class, you can talk to me directly, or there is a chat box here. See, I'm just sending a message here. I just said hello there. So I hope you can see my message there. So whenever you have any doubt, whenever you have any question, use the chat box and send your questions in the chat box. This is the best thing you have when you attend any online session. You should have the option of interacting with the trainer. See, not only today, today is the first demo session, right? Not only today, till the end of our course, every day we have the option, every day we have the opportunity to interact with the trainer. To use this opportunity, always use the chat box to send your question so that it will be very easy for me to come to your question and, hopefully clear your doubts. Okay, fine. Now, let us see what is cloud computing and who can learn cloud computing. Let me address the second question first. Who can learn cloud computing? Like I said you before, any person with any background, maybe you're coming from mechanical engineering background, maybe you have BCom degree, or maybe you did suppose MBA in finance, okay, or maybe you have some technical knowledge, maybe you're from IT background, from whichever background you belong, my friend. Every person can do cloud computing. Every person can learn cloud computing. There are no pre-requirements here. If you are having zero knowledge of anything, you are still eligible to learn cloud computing, because like I said you, whenever I start any topic in cloud computing, I'll be starting from the very basic, very scratch level, and I'll take you up to the advanced level. So whatever pre-requirements are there, whatever things you need to learn before you start cloud computing, I'll be covering everything so that you can learn cloud computing in the best way possible. Okay, so I hope it is clear now who can learn cloud computing. Any person and every person is eligible to learn this cloud computing concepts. Absolutely no need to worry. Clear? Now, let us see what is cloud computing. Why exactly this cloud computing is in so much demand actually. Every time whenever we see any job requirements, or whenever we see what are the jobs which are in more demand, we always see cloud computing coming there in last 5-6 years, especially last 4-5 years. Actually, cloud computing jobs are on rise. There is more requirement, or there is more demand for people who know the concept of cloud computing. So why it is like this? What exactly is cloud computing actually? See, to understand the concept of cloud computing, the first thing we need to understand here is how the computer networks work, or what are the applications, or how the applications are running. Whenever we use the internet actually, see, whenever we use our mobile phone or laptop, 99% cases you are using internet there, right? See, hardly we use a mobile phone to make a call nowadays, right? Just make a call and keeping the mobile phone in the pocket. It's very rare actually. 99% cases we are using internet. So whenever we use a mobile phone and connect to the internet, or whenever we use a laptop and connect to the internet, where exactly we are connecting to the internet? We are connecting to the internet on applications or services. Where we are connecting? We are connecting to applications or services. For example, see, I have just connected to this google.com. This is some, web server running somewhere, right? I have connected to Google, or I can just go there and I can connect to, let's say, Yahoo Mail, or I can connect to Amazon.com. I can connect to multiple applications. There are, different types of applications available over the internet. It can be a web server, or it can be email server. It can be a file server. Okay, it can be some gaming server, banking server, food delivery server. See, there are different types of servers and there are different types of applications available over the internet. Okay, so by using your mobile phone, what you can do, you can connect to WhatsApp, you can send some messages. What is WhatsApp? It is the application. By using your mobile phone, you can connect to, let's say, Phone Pay or Google Pay app. So what is this Phone Pay and Google Pay? These are the applications that are used to pay money. You can connect to Swiggy or Zomato. You can order some food there. Okay. You can connect to Hotstar or Netflix and you can watch some movies and something there. Okay. You can connect to Instagram or Twitter. These are your social media apps. Okay, you can connect to GoToMeeting or Zoom meeting. So there are different types of applications available there, right? Now the big question here is, where exactly are these applications running? Listen, my friend, every application is running on a operating system. Like for example, if I take example of my physical machine here, can you see there is MS Word here? There is Google Chrome here. Okay, there is Zoom meeting. So I have many applications here. There is Zoom meeting here. Okay, there is GoToMeeting here. AnyDisk, Google Chrome. Okay, MS Word, VLC Media Player. I have many applications running here. Cisco Packet Tracer. Now, each and every application is running on top of my operating system, right? In case, imagine if there is no operating system in my computer. If there is no operating system, can I run the applications here? Of course, no. This is a very basic thing we know very well, right? First of all, in our computer, we need to install our operating system. And on top of this operating system, we can run our application. Here also same thing, my friend. First of all, there should be a server operating system. Server operating system can be Windows Server operating system or Linux Server operating system. See, I have to cover Windows Server as well as Linux Server in coming classes. So as of now, no need to worry about like what is Windows Server or what is Linux Server. We will see both the servers in our coming classes. Okay. So what I'm saying here is we need a server operating system. This server operating system can be either Windows or it can be Linux. And top of this Windows or Linux server operating system, what we do, we install our applications or services. So what are these applications or services? Like I said, your banking application, gaming application, web browser, email servers, all these things comes under applications. Okay. Now, so to run an application, we need a server operating system. But where exactly the server operating system will be running? Where exactly the server operating system is installed actually? Server operating system is installed on a server hardware. See, your mobile phone is a hardware machine, your laptop or desktop is a hardware machine, right? In the same way, we have some server hardware. What we have? We have some server hardware, and that server hardware includes CPU, RAM, hard disk, and SD card, and all those things. So we have a server hardware, we have a dedicated machine. That machine is known as a server machine. On top of this server machine, we install our server operating system. Okay, come again, friends. The first thing we need here is server operating system, server hardware. Second thing we need here is a server operating system. And the third is the application that a company is running there. Server hardware, server operating system, and the application. Go to any company, connect to any application over the internet. They are running exactly like this: server hardware, server operating system, and applications. If you go back in like 10 years before or 15 years before or 30 years before, this is the way a application is running. Application is running on server hardware and server hardware is running on server operating system. Clear? Now, where exactly is the problem here? There is a very big problem here actually. Because of this problem, we have the concept of cloud computing. Let us say if you go back in 1990, say 1990s also, we have internet, we have applications, we have web servers, we have email servers in 1990s also, isn't it? In 1990s, people were using server hardware, server operating system. Then also there was Windows and Linux operating system, and then they were running their applications. But you know, by the time we entered in 2000, actually, 2000 and 2010s, actually, we are still using the same concept: server hardware, server operating system, and application. But you know, we started facing many issues now. Let us see what are the issues we started facing. Because of these issues, only the concept of cloud computing came. Okay. Now let me just show you the server hardware first of all. So this is your server machine. This is your server machine. This is your front side actually, and this is your back side. It is looking something like your desktop machine, right? Exactly. Server machine is something like your desktop machine. It looks like your desktop machine, but the difference is server machine has more hardware capabilities compared to desktop. What exactly more hardware capabilities means? Let me just show you this. See, there are two motherboards here, my friend. One motherboard is of desktop and one motherboard is of server. You can see the difference clearly there. On this server motherboard, on the desktop motherboard, first of all, see how many processors are there? Only one processor. You know what is a processor? Normally we call it as i3 processor, i5, i7. These are the generations we have, right? So how many processors we have here in desktop motherboard? One. But coming to server, 1, 2, 3. In this server motherboard, there are totally 4 processors. So minimum one will be there, but it can be more than one. Okay. This is a major difference between a desktop laptop and a server. Components will be same. Your motherboard, processor, RAM, hard disk, NIC card. These are the components we have in a desktop as well as in laptop, and the same components are there in server. But what is the difference here? Server hardware is much more faster and server has more hardware capabilities. Speed wise, storage wise, server is way more faster and it has more storage available compared to a normal desktop machine. Now, the reason why we need to take 2 processors and 4 processors is very simple. See, imagine you're using, let's say you're using a mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop as of now to attend this particular session. Now, how many people can use your mobile phone or laptop or desktop at the same time? The answer is only one, right? Only you can connect to this mobile phone. Let's only Ramesh can connect to this mobile phone, or Shiva can connect to the mobile phone, or Shakeel. Only one person can connect to your device, right? But coming to server, I just said google.com. So this is early morning, right? Right now the time is 6:30 a.m. Very early morning in India. But can you imagine, friends, how many people are connected to google.com as of now? I'm sitting in a city like Hyderabad. I'm sitting in Hyderabad. So in a city like Hyderabad, can you please imagine how many people are connected to Google as of now? Early morning. It is very early morning. But you know, many people started working in companies, right? Many people have shifts in morning 6 a.m. or maybe like 5 a.m. So as of now, some lakhs of people are connected to Google server. So google.com, it is like a web server which is running on a physical server, right? So if that web server, which is where, if that physical server actually, Google is running on some physical server. So if that physical server has less hardware capabilities, it cannot handle lakhs of connections, right? So the Google, wherever it is running, that server hardware is very strong. The server hardware is very fast. The server hardware capability is, way better than your desktop or laptop. So what we do here is whenever we take a server with very high configuration, because server is a machine that is serving the request of thousands and lakhs of people at the same time. Okay, this is early morning again, 6:30 a.m. How many people are connected to Swiggy or Zomato? What they do by connecting to Swiggy or Zomato, they order some food. So maybe like, thousands of people are connected to Swiggy or Zomato. So those servers should have more capabilities so that, they can handle all this traffic. Got it, friends? This is your server machine. Okay, so let me just put things in a different way now. I hope you are able to follow me. Like I said, the chat box is always open. So at any time you can come to me and anytime you can ask the questions that are related with our cloud computing concept. Okay, so listen, my friend. Let us say the first layer is obviously hardware layer. Okay, so to understand cloud computing, actually, this is a concept you need to understand carefully. The second layer is your actually operating system. Operating system can be Windows server or Linux server. These are the two operating systems we have. Okay. And the third layer here actually is we are running our application or service. This is the story, my friend. This is the way everything is working here, right? So hardware, application, and in between we have this operating system. Now, when you go with your server hardware, like, we have some configuration to take here. Let us say your server hardware has, let's say, only 2 CPUs instead of 4 or more than 4. I'm just taking 2 CPUs here. RAM, let us say you have totally 64 GB RAM. Storage is your hard disk. Let us say you have totally 20 TB storage. And coming to NIC card, let us say you have totally 4 NIC cards. So imagine this is your server configuration, my friend. You have a server with 2 CPUs, 64 GB RAM. Okay, let me just go with 128 GB RAM. 64 is very less for server actually. So let us say you have 128 GB RAM, 20 TB storage is not a big deal actually. No, nowadays we are using 2 TB, 4 TB for our personal computers, right? So let us say you have 20 TB storage. It can be 20,000 TB also. But as of now in this server, we have 20 TB storage and we have 4 NIC cards. My friend, if you want to take a server with this configuration, how much money you need to spend? Let us say you are spending $5,000 for this particular machine. See here, friends, how much money you are spending here? You are spending $5,000 for this particular machine. $5,000 is how much in Indian rupees? 5,000 multiplied by 82, for example, let's say. Now this is more than 4 lakh Indian rupees. That means to bring one physical server into your company, how much money you need to spend here? You need to spend $5,000, or you can say more than 4 lakh Indian rupees. It can be $5,000, or it can be $4,000, or it can be like say $12,000. One physical machine, one physical server. It depends on the hardware that you're taking. If you take more storage, the price will go up. If you take more RAM, the price will go up. If you take more CPUs and more NIC cards, obviously the price will go up. Okay, so I just took a very basic example here. I said we are spending $5,000 for each server on one server. This is the basic example I'm taking here. But remember, the server may cost you 20 lakh rupees also, one server. Okay, so why we are spending this much money on our server hardware? The reason is obvious, right? Why we are spending this much money here? Because we need to run a server operating system so that we can run our applications or services. We cannot run our applications without our server OS and without our server hardware. This is the basic thing we need to understand here. Okay, now, okay, fine. We brought server machine, we brought the server OS, and we are running our application. Now listen, my friend, you cannot see a company where they are using only one server machine to run their applications. That is literally not possible, my friend. If you go to the smallest company, a very small company, there they are using, let's say, server 1 to, let's say, server 50. Smallest company may have around 40-50 servers. If you go to medium level company, they may have 200, 300, 400 servers. If you go to big company, they may have 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 server machines. One server machine is literally not possible for us to run our applications. That is not at all possible. You need many server machines because applications have backup servers, and every application has different types of applications. Like if you want to go with like web server, you need web server running on multiple servers. You need a database server there. You need something called DNS server. So we have many servers running inside our company. So if you go with the smallest company also, how many servers they need? They need 40-50 servers. Biggest company, maybe they have some thousands of servers. So see, one server you are spending $5,000, but what about 50 servers? Let us just multiply this now. 4 lakh multiply by, let us say, 50. How much money is this, my friend? This is nearly 2 crore rupees, right? Or more than 2 crore rupees. See, now the budget is increasing. The company have to spend a lot of money now. The company have to spend lots of money to bring 50 servers. What if you are having, let's say, many applications and you need, let us say, 250 servers. Now just do multiplication, 250 multiplied by 5,000. I'm saying 5,000 as a rough number. It can be more than 5,000 also, right? So 250 multiplied by 5,000, just imagine how much money you are spending here. A company needs to spend money on servers so that they can run applications here. Okay. Besides servers, they need to take some other devices also. You know, when they make the data center, they need to bring server hardware, server operating system, lots of storage, firewall, router, etc. These are the other devices a company have to bring so that they can run their applications. So once you bring server hardware, server OS, storage, firewalls, routers, everything, it will become a data center. First, to run a application, before we start running the application, what company have to do? Company have to establish a data center, and a data center will look like this. This is your real data center, which is there somewhere in some company actually. Can you see this? This is your actual data center, my friend. And you see this frame. Actually, this is called rack, R-A-C-K, rack. This rack contains servers, routers, firewalls, switches, all these devices. So there is one more rack here. Here also we have like many servers. All these are server machines. This is a server machine. This is a server machine. Means in this particular network or in this particular data center, actually, we have totally 5 racks, and every rack has, let us say, around 20 machines. Let's say 20 servers. So 5 multiplied by 20 is how much? 100, right? So if you want to bring 100 servers in your company, first of all, you should make a rack which is similar to this size. Okay, bring all the servers, connect all the servers, and do the configuration on each and every server. And beside these servers, what we need? We need routers, we need storage, we need firewall, we need something else, switches. So for all these devices, we need to increase our racks. So the smallest company data center will look something like this. And the problem with this data center here is we need to spend lots of money. We need to spend lots and lots of money on this particular data center. From the basic level, from the scratch level, we need to build our network. We need to bring servers from a company like HP, IBM, routers from like say Cisco, firewall. Let us say there are different companies like Juniper. Okay, and storage, there is something called EMC. So there are different companies from where we can purchase all these different devices, and then we need to connect all the devices and establish the data center, and on top of the server install the server operating system, and then we are running our application there. So we have to do everything. We have to construct a data center just to run our application. This is the story from 1980s, 1990s till today. This is the story we have in our company. We need to establish a data center and we need to run our application. So this is a very, difficult job for any company. Establishing a data center is not easy. At any time you can get some issues in hardware. At any time you can get some issues in server. At any time you can get some issues in your power supply. At any time you can get issues in your cooling system. So each and everything we need to maintain here, my friend. This is a very difficult job. But there was no other option available. Till recently, there was no other option available. We used to manage each and everything within our company, and company people used to configure everything and they used to run the application. Okay, so this is the way application will be running in any network. I hope the concept is clear. We need to build a data center here, friends. And on top of this data center, we are running our application. So just to run an application, we need to build a complete data center where we are spending some crores and crores of Indian rupees. Okay, now, is there any solution for this? Is there any way in which we can, run our application in a simple and easy way? Okay, I'll ask a simple question. Hopefully I'll get an answer from your side. Suppose imagine someone is getting married in the year let's say 1980. Let's say your parents or like some of our relatives who got married in 1980s. So when they used to marry in 1980s, what they used to do, beside our home or beside our locality, wherever we are living, we used to, clean this space. Okay. We used to bring, uh, normally we call it as tents, right? I hope I can show you that. I hope you remember this, friends. I'm taking a very general example here. Uh, what we used to do, remember, back in those days, I'm not sure if you remember this or not, but in 1990s, actually, whenever someone is getting married, actually, they have to bring everything and they have to make a tent like this. This is near their home. They have to bring each and everything. They have to bring chairs and they have to bring tents and they have to bring, some cook so that they can cook some food. Okay. They have to bring water from some other place. They have to maintain a backup supply. They have to do each and everything. Getting married like 30 years before was a very difficult thing in the sense, to give some party, wedding reception or whatever, the things were like very difficult. They have to bring each and everything near their home and they have to make a setup and then they have to, start that marriage rituals, marriage function. But now, if someone is getting married, what they do? I hope you know this marriage function halls, isn't it? Are we going to make a setup near our home? No, what we do, we just go to any nearby marriage function hall and we just, book the function hall for 1 day or 2 day and we can easily do everything there, right? There is no need for us to bring, separate people for, working in our marriage, in our function, right? In our party, we just need to go to any marriage function hall. They will arrange everything for us. They will arrange chairs and tables. They will arrange a cook for us. They will arrange the power supply. They will arrange the water supply. Okay. They will arrange the backup, power backup. They will arrange everything and they will say, listen, you need to pay this much money for this particular 1 day function or 2 day function. So we are more than happy to pay that much money and we will simply do our function and we'll go home, right? This is the condition today. So it is very easy for people to get, married. But if you go back in 1980s again, it was very difficult because we need to arrange everything by ourselves. Now, arranging everything by ourselves is a data center which we have in our company. But my friend, today, like I said, we have managed function halls where we can go and we can do our manage. We can do any function there without any issue. It is very easy now. In the same way, to run our applications, now there is no need for us to bring any servers, any routers, any switches, any firewalls, any data center, any rack. There is absolutely no need for us to bring all these devices in our company. See, if I'm not bringing routers and firewalls and storage, how I can run the application? We can connect to a data center like this. Now see here, my friend, see the size of the data center, gigantic, huge. This is a data center available somewhere. You know what is cloud computing now? Now let us just address what is cloud computing. Till now, whatever we have discussed about the history, the past. Now let us see what is cloud computing. See, this is the definition I took from the Amazon website, and it says cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. On-demand delivery of IT resources. So what are IT resources? IT resources are routers, storage, servers. All these are IT resources over the internet. Now what it says here, see, instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers, instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage from a cloud provider like AWS. Now, Amazon is a company. Now see here, friend, this is very interesting now. Cloud providers like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Cisco, DigitalOcean. These are some of the companies that are providing cloud computing services. So what exactly is this cloud computing service now? What I'm saying, these are the companies, these are some of the companies actually, which are providing cloud computing services. Means a company like Amazon or Microsoft or Google, they are saying, listen, you want to run your application, right? Any application, gaming application, banking application, web application, file application, it doesn't matter. You want to run your application. So to run your application, what you're doing here, to run your application, you're building and maintaining a data center. You're maintaining a big data center that is costing you some crores of Indian rupees. So companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, which are known as cloud providers also, they are saying, listen, no need to build the data center within your company. What you can do, you can connect to our data centers. This is the data center available somewhere in Amazon or somewhere in Microsoft, somewhere in Google. And they are saying, connect to our data center and run your application there. There is absolutely no need for you to worry about the physical infrastructure. There is no need for you to worry about the server hardware. There is no need for you to worry about the storage capacity. Today you need 20 TB, we will provide 20 TB. Tomorrow you need 200 TB, we will provide 200 TB. Just tell us what you need. Just tell us what exactly you need. Whatever is your requirement, we will provide you the complete infrastructure. See, this is again a data center. So these are the cloud providers who are, having huge data centers available in multiple locations. And you know what these data centers will do? Let me just go with Amazon data center. So these data centers will provide you these services. Now see the size of the data centers, my friend. All these are data centers. These are huge data centers. Now the data center that you see here, this is the data center from outside. It is looking like a small hall here, right? But my friend, the size of this data center is at least 10 times bigger than a actual football ground or actual cricket ground. You know the size of football ground and cricket ground, right? The real football ground, not our gully cricket and all those things. So the size of the data center can be bigger than 10 football grounds. So what is there inside this data center? Inside this data center, we have all the resources. What are the resources we have? We have the resources like, storage, servers, firewalls. We have all the resources inside this data center. So Amazon is the company that is providing cloud services. That means they are saying we have data centers located, let us say in India. Amazon people have data center in Mumbai and Hyderabad. So Amazon people are saying, listen, you want to run your application. So to run your application, you are spending that much money, right? So why you are spending that much money? Just come to us, connect to our data center and run your application. So there is no need for us to worry about the server hardware or the storage hardware or the router hardware or the connections, okay, or the maintenance, upgrading, okay, backup, troubleshooting, okay, maintaining power supply, okay, and increasing and decreasing the number of devices. There is absolutely no need for us to worry. Everything will be taken care by the cloud provider. They will provide you the server hardware. They will provide you the server operating system. They will provide you the storage, how much you need. They will provide you that much. And they will say, we will provide you everything and we will maintain everything for you. We will provide as well as we will maintain everything for you. What you should do, you just need to run your application there. You just need to run your application. That's it, my friend. This is the concept of cloud computing. So there are some, hundreds of data centers available across the globe. I'm only talking about, let's say, AWS. AWS people have some hundreds of data centers available across the globe. In the same way, Microsoft people have the data centers, Google have their own data centers. So you can connect to any of the data centers and you can run your application there. So these are the data centers we have. Huge, right? See the size of the data center. This is too big data center actually. So we will be connecting to one of these data center and we'll be running our application. This is the concept of cloud computing. So when I say Cloud computing is a on-demand delivery. On-demand means how much you need. You need 5 TB storage, take 5 TB. You need 500 TB storage, you can take 500 TB storage. That is called on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. So if you're using 5 TB storage, you pay money for 5 TB. If you're using 500 TB, you'll pay money for 500 TB. This is as simple as this. Okay, so what it says here, see, it says instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers. See, from 1970s and 1980s, companies were buying data centers. Companies were buying all the devices and they were making the data centers actually. So it says now, instead of buying, owning, and maintaining data centers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and database on as needed basis. How much you need, you can take that much from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Service. So Amazon is a company, Microsoft is a company, Google is a company that are providing cloud services. Now, beside Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, there are many more companies. But you know, if I say Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, can you tell me any bigger company than this? These are the three biggest companies, right? So Amazon is the #1 cloud provider. Microsoft is the #2 cloud provider, and Google is the #3 cloud provider, which are providing, you know, services to lakhs and lakhs of companies across the globe. So from today, if you want to run your application, you can run your application without having any server hardware, without having any server operating system, or without having any other thing. What you need to have here, you just need to have an account. Let me just show you. You just need to have your account here. See, I have an account in Amazon. See what I did here, see? I just connected to aws.amazon.com. I can just say sign in into the console here. I have an account here, so I just need to connect to my account by using my mail ID. In coming classes, I'll show you how to create an account, because if you want to do cloud computing practicals, you need to have this account. Without having this account, you cannot do practical. So it will take at least one session for me to explain all the things here. See, this is Sydney. If you want to connect to Mumbai, you can connect to Mumbai. If you want to connect to Hyderabad, you can connect to Hyderabad. Okay, you can connect to Ireland. You can connect to Paris. Okay, you can connect to North Virginia. There are many data centers they have. There are many locations where they have the data centers. Just give me like 1 minute actually. You know what I'll do here is I will make a web server for you. I have connected myself to the AWS data center, AWS cloud. And you know what I'll do? I'll make a data center. I'll make a web server for you within like maximum 1 minute or so. I'll make a web server. I'm not explaining anything because these are the things we will see in coming classes. So I'll just say test server here. Don't worry what I'm doing here, please, because it will take a lot of time. It will take at least 2 weeks for me to explain all the things that are here. So as of now, I'm just trying to add something here. I just want to configure a very simple web server so that you can access this web server from your location also. Because of this cloud computing, my friend, the companies are able to run their applications in a simple and easy way. There is absolutely no need for them to worry about the physical infrastructure. Everything will be taken care by the cloud provider. I'll just make a change here. CSK is IPL 2023 champions. I'm just writing something. This is a web server I'm creating. A CSK is the IPL 2023 champions. I'll just say launch instance. See, I'm sitting in my home. I don't have any server machine there. I don't have any server hardware here. I don't have any server operating system. I don't have any storage. I don't have any firewall. I don't have any, router. I have nothing, my friend. But what I have here, I have an account in AWS. I have an account in Amazon Web Services. And what I can do by using this account? By using this account, I can run my application. So what I did just now, I just started my web server here. I created and my web server is running actually. So within some minutes, actually, my web server is running. Want to see whether the server is accessible or not? I have to go to details and there is some IP. Don't worry again, please. I need to explain you about security, networking, storage, status check, monitoring tags. I need to explain you about each and everything, but this is a demo session, right? I cannot explain everything now. I just need to take these concepts in a sequence wise. Okay, so I just copy the IP address here. And now, can you see? CSK is IPL 2023 champions. You are able to see this? Do one thing, please. I am entering the IP address in the chat box. I just entered the IP address 13.238.122.135. Just enter the IP address in your browser and tell me whether you're able to access this web server or not. Be fast, please. This is a web server I have just created over the Amazon website, Amazon data center. Okay. So if this is a web server, everyone should access the web server, right? So try to access this web server and tell me whether you are able to access this web server or not. 100% you can access this web server because web server is running over the internet. I'm not sure from where you are joining this session, from whichever place you are joining this session. Shiva, you can access. Can you please tell me, Shiva, from where you are joining this session? Hyderabad. Okay, fine. Suppose imagine if someone is joining this session from, let's say, London, or let's say Australia, let's say Brazil, let's say Delhi, or let's say Guntur. From wherever you're joining this session, you can access this particular website here. See how easy it is for me to create a website now. But my friend, whatever steps I have done, whatever steps I have, taken while creating this web server, these steps will take at least 10, 12, or maybe up to like 14 classes for me to explain. I just showed you a very rough server. I just showed you a very basic server actually, but explanation, what are the things involved, what are the things we need to select, what are the things we need to add, all these things will take at least 15 days for me to explain. So this is what we are going to learn in cloud computing, my friend. How to connect to the data centers of Amazon and how to run our applications on the Amazon data center. This is the major concept that we are going to learn in cloud computing. Okay, so that's it for the day, friends. This was a basic demo. We have one more demo tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be explaining things in more detail. See, 1 hour is not sufficient for me to explain everything. So please join tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, I'll take you through some more details of cloud computing. So hopefully, you'll be in a great position to understand the concept of cloud computing. I'll be here at least for like, a couple of minutes today. In case if you have any doubts or questions, feel free to clear your doubts. And like I said, tomorrow there is one more demo session where we need to discuss more about cloud computing so that you will be in a better position to understand what is cloud computing and you can take a better decision about your career. I can say one thing with 100% guarantee here, friends. Cloud computing is a concept which is, very high in demand and it will be always in demand. Companies are very, it is a very difficult task for companies to maintain the data centers within their company. So every company is moving into cloud. So they will hire a person like you and me so that we can run their applications. We can create their servers over the cloud and run the applications. So applications can be related to the internet or applications can be related within our company, but all the applications we can run over the cloud. Okay, friends, so this is the concept of cloud. I hope the concept is clear, but again, like I said, 1 hour is not sufficient for me to go through all the details. So please join tomorrow so that you can get more in-depth concept of cloud computing. Okay,
Yeah,
so
sure, Shakeel.
yeah, please continue. Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead, Shakeel.
No, done. I am done with from my side. Actually, I'm waiting for your questions only.
Yeah, sure, Shakeel. I really appreciate the way you are explaining the concepts and step by step on your step by step. I really appreciate that. I have one quick question from DurgaSoft. Just when I browse through about our course, right? AWS with basic Linux and Windows, it says it is a 40-day course. So each day, and it is on every weekday, right? So 5 days a week and 40-day course. Am I correct, Shakeel?
Yeah, thank you, Rajesh, for attending this course. First of all, yeah, it will. If it is saying 40 days, I'm not sure it is true. Actually, it will take at least 45 days.
Okay.
Okay, it will take 45 days and maybe it can go up to 48 days also. But every week we have minimum 5 classes or we can go up to like 6 classes also.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shakir. So
Yeah.
my main question would be, so I see there are so many AWS courses from DurgaSoft,
Mhm.
like AW administration, AWS, Amazon, and this AWS with basic Linux and Windows. So may I know how this course is different from other courses? So what we can expect end of this course as a student?
See, every course is AWS course. All the courses
Okay.
are same actually. Okay. Some
Mhm.
trainer may say like, he will be like, they may say like AWS with basic Linux and Windows. Someone can say like AWS administration. The names can be different, but every course is AWS only, Amazon Web Services only. Why I have written Linux and Windows? Because, most of the people, they just go with Linux servers. But
Okay.
my friend, we have Linux as well as Windows servers. We have both the servers, right? So I simply cannot
Mm.
go with like Linux. See, for example, if I go and show you clearly here, let me just do this. When I say launch server here or launch instance here,
Okay.
see here you can see Windows, Microsoft servers as well as Ubuntu, Red Hat, AWS, Linux. So this is what I have
Mhm.
mentioned clearly. I'm trying to explain you like I'll be covering your Linux servers as well as your Windows servers.
Okay.
But all the courses that you see from DurgaSoft or AWS, anywhere actually, the courses will be same. Maybe they can use some different terminologies. That's it. And at the end of the
Okay.
course, you will be in a position to face interviews. Okay. And you will be in a position to do your work actually. You will be
Mhm.
called as the cloud administrator. So you will get that much understanding, that much knowledge that you can face your interview easily. And once you get a job, you will be in a position to do the day-to-day task that a company may expect you to do.
Okay. So this will cover entire AWS administration.
It will cover, good question again, it will cover everything that you need to learn to go for the job and to go for the interview. See, not only this AWS, my friend, any course actually, whenever you learn any course, you just need to like, cover the things that are there in the company. See, maybe a course can there, like for example, if I go with MS Office, MS Office, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go with this MS Office, we have MS Word, MS PowerPoint, and MS Excel. So if you go with like MS PowerPoint here, say this is your MS PowerPoint. If I ask you a question, do you know everything about MS PowerPoint file and home, insert, design, transactions, animations? Do you know everything? The answer is no. You
Yeah.
cannot learn everything there, right? But you know MS Office. You can make your own PowerPoint presentations and you can, make your own documents. But do you know
Mm.
each and everything there? No. So whenever you are learning a course, you'll be learning a course according to the company's requirement.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll be learning this course according to the company's requirement. So you'll be learning the concepts that the company may expect from the candidate.
Mm.
Okay, so not only this course, just remember this forever. Whenever you are learning any course, you will learning a course according to the company's requirement, not according to the official syllabus. Official syllabus can be too big. Company requirement can be different things. So we are learning everything according to the market requirement, according to the company's requirement.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
Shakil.
yeah, these are the job-oriented courses.
Yeah, yeah, sure, Shakil. Because when I come through the course content from the different AWS courses, I see some differences from course to course. That's why I had to ask that question.
Yeah, and I can understand this, but 90% things will be same. 90% concepts will be same. There will be some concepts which can be more somewhere, which can be less somewhere, but overall
Yeah, yeah.
90%, the core will be same. Some extra
Okay.
things they can add here and there, but the core concepts will remain same.
Sure, sure. Thanks for clarifying all my questions, Shakil.
Yeah, thanks for asking
Have a
questions,
good day.
Rajesh. I'll be expecting questions every day actually, like chat box will be always open. So
Mhm.
hopefully things will be very interesting. See, actually the batch has started at 7 a.m. I just need to jump into the class. We already
Mm.
have some students there. So this is just an add-on batch. So hopefully after like 4 days or 5 days, we'll be clubbing this people with the 7 a.m. batch. So,
Oh, oh, okay, okay. And Shakil, actually, I'm connecting from EST timing.
uh-huh,
Actually, for 7 a.m. should be little later for me because I chose this course because it is starting at 6 a.m.
uh-huh.
Because 7 a.m. would be little late here, 9:30 p.m.
Okay, let us just decide something. If not 7 a.m., we'll just try to go with like 6:30 a.m. We'll see how
Mm,
we can go with. But you know, I'm just clarifying everything here. We need to club the people who will be coming at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. will be obviously very early in India, right? 6 a.m. is like too
correct.
early actually.
Mm,
So hopefully
mm.
we'll, instead of 7 a.m., we will go with like 6:30 a.m. so that it will be good for the other people who already joined this course. And hopefully people who are coming
Mm.
from this 6 a.m. batch, it will be easy for them also. Let us see. We'll just
Yeah. So particularly, I'm looking for the 6 a.m. courses so that I can complete my course and yeah.
okay. We will see. We will see, Rajesh.
Yeah,
Don't worry. We
sure,
will,
sure.
before you join the course, we'll clarify everything to you. We'll clarify
Mm.
the timings and everything. Then only you can join the course. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure, Shakir. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Shiva, anything you wanna ask me?
Yes, sir. Just I have a small query. Sir,
Uh-huh.
actually, I'm expected to do one certification from my organization. So after completion of this course, can I complete any certification related to AWS technical certification?
See, without completing the course also you can go with the certification, Shiva. But it will take me around 15 to 20 minutes to explain you about the certification. So I'll do one thing. When we come tomorrow, like I said, we have at least 2 sessions where I have to discuss all the details, right? So when I come tomorrow, I'll take you through the certification part, how to go
Okay.
for certification and all those things. Certification is the easiest thing you do actually. Learning is actually a bit difficult compared to certifications. So
Okay.
don't worry about certifications, my friend. I'll explain you about certifications in our tomorrow session.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. And yeah, anything else quickly if there is any question, because I need to just jump into the other session now.
No, sir. No
Okay.
queries. And
Okay,
thank
right. Fine. So please join tomorrow also at 6 a.m. so that we can see more details of our course. And hopefully, let's see what we can do after tomorrow.
you. Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank
Thanks a lot,
you.
friends. Bye. Take care.
Okay, bye.